gotta expect it. But I mean, the effort these guys have put into this tournament and how well it's made, considering it's barely a couple guys doing it, is impressive. In Spain, we don't have the same technology, not the same technology, but we don't have the same commitment to this stuff like BTS or Join Dota does. So the fact that they could put this tournament up is actually quite impressive. Really good job by the guys that made this tournament. I really admire them making this Spanish Dota thing. Really, and considering Spain is a small country, the fact that the Dota teams are, except for like if you compare Dota teams, Spanish Dota teams to the American Dota teams, we're on the same level, except for perhaps EG, which is the top tier. But besides that, I don't think UPorn would have an issue, or eStar would have an issue playing like Snot and that sort. So just that pointed out. On top of that, things about the UPorn thing. Okay, so many people, many casters, many personalities within the scene were actually speaking against it, but I think that those people. I think the people in the Dota scene have an obsession with seeing as a legitimate esport, and by that they want to sacrifice everything, including their values, for it. They want to do, constant. So what they want to do here is this. I think what they want to do here is the fact that they want to do all these things to make sure that the viewers are the maximum. Put on things like what was it, ESPN and stuff like that, and make sure that there's more viewers for Dota because that makes it more legitimate or stuff. But people don't understand that we revel in the darkness of what is esports, and it's good that it's not a popular thing because that way people can do weird stuff. We're not mainstream per se because of that. Because if we were mainstream, then we'd be like any part of the entertainment business, and we're not exactly there yet. We have a lot of amateur people. There's still a lot of place for new talents, and the only issue, I guess, in Dota, the fact that it's not regulated by some higher being, is that there's nobody looking for new talent except for maybe BTS, and that's only occasionally that they do so. So the only stuff. So the new talent is lacking, I guess, in the scene. That's a true fact. That's an issue, which is why Dota it has its days numbered unless the people actually start acknowledging that new casting talent and new player talent isn't needed. So the pros need to understand this. But obviously nobody wants to get off their position and say, "Oh, we're going to look for people that might be better than me," which is definitely the case. Except for someone like BTS to understand what investments are. There's that. But aside from that, I know they're also known for crushing their competition and stuff. That's definitely not a practice. The fact that Dota is just is very made in an American way rather than it's not made as a sport rather than in a way like it's all a company. So that's an issue. But which is why the UPorn is just bad advertising, bad publicity, I guess, for the company. It's bad PR, which is the company of Dota, the company of esports, I guess. But at the same time, in all reality and ignoring all hypocrisy and possible things like that. It's also true that it is something that is not like porn itself has not done anything bad in its life. In fact, things like Save the Titties from Pornhub have actually helped a lot. Charitable organizations. There's a lot of sexism in porn that should be fixed, but it's not like it's not like it's that big of an issue, especially on YouPorn, which is porn made by people. So yeah, to some extent there is. The fact that this is many times porn made by people is also kind of some extent sexist, and you always don't want that. But besides that, it's not like porn is a bad thing itself. It's not doesn't do anything bad, doesn't hurt anyone. So that sponsored into Dota just because we say it's bad just because we don't want the PR and that extra publicity, and the fact that we don't want to be associated with porn because we want to make esports legitimate is the same stupid shit that is made Hearthstone make a tournament separate into women and men. It's the same kind of idea. There's nothing that should stop us from associating with a porn company, not because they can associate as wankers, but because it's just they are another mean which is unjustly criticized for literally just being unconventional. And even though porn has been mainstream for quite a while, and I think porn can bring us a lot of viewers because obviously people will think, oh, what's this esports thing? And possibly people that watch porn or people that will click on links or be informed in the porn community will definitely be much more open-minded to watching esports than people that find this on ESPN, which are not likely the audience that would watch esports. Not because they're worse or better, just because of the kind of thing. So, in my opinion, the YouPorn thing is definitely a great thing. I didn't finish the rant before, but the YouPorn thing is definitely a great thing to have in our Dota 2 community. I'm really glad that you actually decided to sponsor a team. I see some drawbacks possibly, but I think these drawbacks are just made because people treat this too much like a company and too little like a game and a sport. And that's just I don't like that personally. There's to each their own, right? But I personally don't like that. Anyway, go on.